Mackay versus Spouses Nobela, GR number 145823, March 31, 2005. This is for criminal procedure, specifically on Rule 111, Prosecution of Civil Action. Subtopic: Rule on Implied Institution of Civil Action with Criminal Action. Note that a court trying a criminal case cannot award damages in favor of the accused. The task of the trial court is limited to determining the guilt of the accused and, if proper, to determine his civil liability. A criminal case is not the proper proceedings to determine the private complainant's civil liability, if any. Facts of the case. This case was about the decision of the trial court which tried the criminal case for estafa, wherein it awarded damages in favor of the accused. This was an original case for estafa through falsification of public documents filed by petitioner Oscar Maccay against respondents' spouses Nobela. Petitioner Adelaida Potenciano sold a parcel of land owned by petitioner Mackay to respondents' spouses Nobela. The parties' relationship flourished and all of them became close friends. However, the petitioners, Oscar Mackay and Adelaida Potenciano, made some representation to the respondents and even took advantage the latter's hospitality and kindness. To make matters worse, petitioner Oscar Mackay filed estafa through falsification of public documents against respondents' spouses Nobela. Petitioner Adelaida Potenciano claimed that the respondents' spouses Nobela stole from her the transfer certificate of title which covers the land owned by petitioner Oscar Mackay. The regional trial court found the respondent spouses innocent and ordered petitioners Mackay and Potenciano to reimburse respondent spouses the amount of the property and to pay damages and attorney's fees. The petitioners appealed the civil aspect of the case to the Court of Appeals, which upheld the ruling of the trial court and reasoned that the award of damages was justified because it was in the nature of a counterclaim and as the very defense put up by the accused in the criminal proceedings. Issue: whether the trial court may rule on the civil liability of the complainant in a criminal case where the civil action was not reserved or filed separately. Ruling: no. The trial court may not rule on the civil liability of the complainant in a criminal case where the civil action was not reserved or filed separately. The Supreme Court said that a court trying a criminal case cannot award damages in favor of the accused. The task of the trial court is limited to determining the guilt of the accused and, if proper, to determine his civil liability. A criminal case is not the proper proceedings to determine the private complainant's civil liability, if any. Furthermore, the 2000 rules on criminal procedure prohibit counterclaims in criminal cases as provided under Section 1 of Rule 111. In applying the foregoing, The trial court erred in ordering complainant petitioner Mackay and prosecution witness Potenciano as part of the judgment in the criminal case to reimburse the 300,000 pesos and pay damages to the accused respondent spouses. The appellate court also erred in affirming the trial court's award of damages by justifying it as a counterclaim, as the same is explicitly prohibited in Section 1 of Rule 111 of the Rules on Criminal Procedure. The Supreme Court held that the civil liability of petitioners for swindling respondent spouses and for maliciously filing a baseless suit must be litigated in a separate proceeding. Therefore, the trial court may not rule on the civil liability of the complainant in a criminal case where the civil action was not reserved or filed separately. Nevertheless, the court said that it will not allow the legal processes to serve as a tool for swindlers. Hence, they promulgated the decision without prejudice to the filing by respondent Sardina of a claim for damages against petitioners.